Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. So what I got here on Honest J. Nowak is, well, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the fact that I'm going to start getting onto the one episode a day uploading routine. So starting here today, February 21st, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to get back on that routine, and hopefully I can at least catch up to the amount of episodes I missed out on, because I still do have quite a lot of episodes to upload as well. So, of course I'm going to get to that, but what I'm going to talk about here in this episode is animation. Definitely one of the biggest things in innovation when it comes to creating television shows or films. We've happened to use animation for just that. And it seems that it's become a really big one too. Especially given to the fact that, of course, we've had animated feature films and animated television shows even before the 90s, when computer-generated images were starting to become apparent. But of course, especially before CGI became a huge success, animation, usually done with flat-based drawings and the like for every single frame that had been captured, was the ideal way to go. And of course there were other ways to simply do it, but at the time, before the 90s, that was just it. That was the only kind of animation we pretty much saw it on. We just simply used drawings as a way of animating every single picture. And there are hundreds of different movies to count, and tons of television shows to count, that have used this particular format. But with CGI, though, it became a really big deal. Starting with Toy Story, released in 1995, and then moving onwards with a few other CGI films before 2000. Especially ones from Pixar. Other companies, including DreamWorks, have also begun to do that same thing. But of course, it was Pixar that ultimately ended up winning this battle. DreamWorks, of course, still does happen to have its own lineup of CGI animated films, but for the most part, Pixar happens to do just fine with how they seem to do within their own regimen of production of CGI films. Now, of course, Disney follows close behind, being that it's now the official owner of Pixar Studios, and not to mention it's also the owner of the Star Wars franchise and the Marvel franchise itself. Both of those universes are now in Disney's hands, and to this very day, they still do happen to go quite well with each other. But it's certainly unclear about what we're going to have next. Except for the fact that we are going to get some more animated films, including 2 new Pixar films, Onward and Soul. But otherwise, there are going to be some others to come along the way. But until that happens, it's anybody's guess what could come about with modern day technology. The fact that animation can still be done very well after more than 25 years of innovation, following Pixar's first ever release in theaters. And now, I guess this is probably just the right time for me to say that if you want to see more go down on my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.